Good evening, friends. Welcome back. This is Sea Turtle 257 Turtle for short. We're playing Transport Fever 2 on the Desert Mainline map. In between episodes, you can see we built up quite a bit of money. We almost have, we're nearing $150 million. And in between episodes, I did a little bit of optimizing. I rearranged some routes, combined some routes, removed some routes, and did kind of a city bypass to keep all of this traffic outside of the city of Stormwind. Also over here, I started supplying crude oil to this oil refinery, and it's going to upgrade here shortly. Once it does that, it's going to really start pumping it out. I was thinking of putting in a temporary train instead of having all these vehicles going up and down, up and down, up and down, carrying 4 at a time, and then we have to wait. Just doing a temporary train right here because I don't know how the actual mainline route's going to run through here. But let's advance the date. Today I was thinking about putting in our first passenger line. We're going to leave all this to run and just see what happens. But I'm thinking we can do a passenger line right here out of Bree, going to Drustvar and to Dalaran. So it'll be a 3-point stop. So from Dalaran into Bree, from Bree out to Drustvar and back again. And in order for this to work, let's see here. We do have quite a few people traveling. So this is a prime candidate for a route like this. So I think in order to get this started, let's pause the date, because I'm going to delete these roads. And then I'm going to eventually put them back in. Also, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to demolish a lot of the cities, because I want to have my passenger city, or my passenger train route running basically right through the middle of this city. And I'll have the cargo on the outside. And then later on, I can train the city to grow in a way that I want it to grow. So that, nope, not you. That button. Okay. So that way I can, I can have the industry near where I want the industry, commercial and residential, etc. Oh boy, what do we got going on here? This is insane. What is this one? Oh my gosh, and it's all on that hill. That's horrible. That's not good. Bree, I am sorry, but you are about to lose out. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I want to do yet. I didn't realize that we had a bit of a hill right here in the middle of the city that's going to cause a problem. So we're going to have to get rid of quite a bit of stuff. All right, I'm going to leave those 2 industry buildings. And let's see if I can smooth this out a bit. Let me turn that off for now, because I don't know why it doesn't save it. Alright, let's smooth this out. Basically got rid of all of my... Got rid of... Nope. Got rid of all of the industry, nearly, in the whole city. And let's do a little bit of this. We got the money, let's spend it, right? And then we can go back to smoothing. Get this all smoothed out a little bit. There. Now that hill's pretty much gone. So, what I'm thinking is I gotta make sure that I don't destroy the remaining two industrial buildings. So that's this one here. And I'm thinking the station should go right here. Or actually, maybe right here. I'll get rid of a couple of these houses. Get rid of that and that. Get rid of that. And get rid of that and that. That'll do. And unfortunately, because I'm thinking about putting the cargo station over here, I'm gonna have to really train this town because I want the commercial and the industry over here and all the houses to expand out this direction. But for now, let's go ahead and lay in our passenger station. These we're only going to make 160 meters. We don't need these to be huge like cargo. And I want to put... Where do I want to put the... Actually, you know what? Right there is perfect. And should I nudge it a little bit that way? Yeah, that looks good. Actually, I want to move it over this way a little bit. And then I'm going to configure this. We're not going to do the same thing that we do with the cargo stations because there shouldn't be a passing lane in your passengers. They're mainly point to point. Let's get our passenger buildings back out. Let's put that right there. That'll work. And also, while we're configuring, let's put that one there. And then I'm going to draw some little roads in. Just to connect these stations up. And this should actually give us pretty good coverage. So, yep, right now the whole town is covered. And then after I build everything out and get all the tracks and everything in, I'll reconnect these roads. I'll probably do a couple of level crossings because they're only passenger lines. And then we'll have our first passenger lines running. Now, Drustvar, what do you have going on? Where's a good place to put you? And I think this one's going to be... No. This has to be a through station as well. So we're going to come down this side, I think. I'll leave that little bit over there. And then all this can go. And then we'll just pop our station right here. And that's got full coverage. And this track's gonna run, it's gonna run into here and then up to there. I don't think I'm gonna do a point-to-point from Drustvar to Dalaran. This one, I'm gonna make this one a through station as well, because I don't know if it's gonna go through eventually or not. But the trick is to not delete everything. So you can go, you can go, you can go, you can go, you can go. I'm gonna do it along this side of the road. So we'll get rid of all of this. And that. And that. All those rich folks are gonna go. And then let's get our station in here. Let's see. Get rid of that town name for now. And then let's configure this. I want to add a little building there, I guess. And then I'm going to connect a tiny road, hopefully. Perfect. All right. So let's get this started. Let's find our rail. Then we're going to keep you level for now. You can come back a little bit. About there's good. And then since we're not doing passing tracks, it's just a regular old normal diamond crossing will work just fine. Pop a signal on that end. And then now we're going to have to poke out through here. I like that. And let me get the other stations started as well. Come on, stop messing around, mouse. Just like that. Very good. Put our signal in, and then you can go like this. And then like that. Very good. I like it. All right, now let's continue this out. We're gonna have a bit of a tunnel here, it looks like. Yep. That will be, look at this. That'll be a nice view to ride on. That'll be fun. Then we're going to continue our track out like this. And then I can smooth all of that out. Just like that. No big deal. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring, actually, you know what? Let's smooth this out a bit here. So we don't force another tunnel, hopefully. Okay, and I'm going to bring this way out past like that. It'll make sense in a minute. I'm going to delete all this track. Now, for a good curve, we will start about here for this way. Get up to 75, perfect. See if it'll do it all in one go. Yes, it will. Perfect. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. And then before we move any further, let's not forget to put that in right there. And let's go ahead and finish this track off. Oh yeah, that's gonna go nicely right in there. And I'm gonna put 4 trains on this. There's a little swan neck, but it's alright. It doesn't matter. Nobody will care, right? And then we're gonna bring you off. What is the issue here? I guess we gotta go from there. Sometimes the game just acts weird. And then you will want a signal going in, and we'll put it right there, I guess. And then I should be able to delete. There. And that works out just fine. Let's get rid of all this track. We don't need it anymore. We get our refund for it. Now, hopefully this town will recover, and I'm sure it will. I don't think we'll have an issue there. Alright, back to track laying. Alright, so we got our diamond in there. Our diamond is in there. And our diamond is in there. And then we can continue on with our tracks. Very nice. And then I gotta remember I need to rebuild the roads going in between these cities. Now let's see if... will it maintain? It drops down, but that's right in front of the station. Not a big deal. I don't mind that. We can go in right here. And let's signal this line up. But let me smooth that out. Smooth it on. There we go. Smooth in here too. Get a little bit of smoothing going on there. All right, signals. We'll put... looks like we'll only need about 2 sets of signals in here. Put some there, and we'll put some there. That looks pretty good. And then we'll do another 2 sets in. These are going to be smaller trains, so the signals could be a lot closer together. Let's first smooth that out some. Just make sure it's all smooth. And I think the first set will go right there. Then the second set can go right there. All right. Oh, we need to signal this portion. And you know what? We'll do something neat. Let's smooth this out a little bit first. Okay, and then we're going to put a signal here and a signal there to go into the tunnel. I think that'll work out just nice. And this should be able to come out of here quite nicely. I'll have cargo coming in up on this side eventually. Let's put our depot in here. Nice. All right. So, new line. We're going to go. All right, come on. That's enough of this. To Bree. To Drustvar. Back to Bree. This is going to be P for packs. Dalaran to Bree to Drust. Nice. And let's buy 4 trains. And we'll start with this and we'll go with passenger. Let's see, 14. We'll start with 14. And you guys are this color. And you're going on this. We got about 1 year left before the general comes out, and that'll be really cool. All right, so all of those are online now. And what we need to do now is we need to reconnect this town together. So we're going to need roads. Come out here like this. And then, since these are passenger lines, I don't mind level crossings. They will be just fine. And this one we will, let's see if we can smooth that out a bit there. Oh, very nice. And then we'll come up here. Level crossing there. And connect there. And I want to see if we can get this guy. Yeah, that'll work. That will do. And you know what? Let's put that touches, so perfect. Good. That way it'll encourage them to grow back in a little bit, I guess. Hopefully. All right, that one's not connected, so let's move it out away from... Nope, still not connected. All right, I don't know why it won't connect. There, it will now. And that's okay, little things can grow right in there too, so that's not a big deal. All right, so now they can get all the way around the city, which is just fine. Very good. Now, we need to reconnect our roads. So we had a line going to here, and we had one going out to there. And oh, let me rebuild this town real quick before we start connecting things up. And we got a curvy road. Let's go from here into there. That's nice. I can, later on, that's probably going to get destroyed and whatnot. Let's straighten this out. We'll come all the way out to here. And And then we'll connect to there, and we will upgrade that little portion. Okay, so now they can get around both sides. Let's help them out a little bit more with that. I like it. And then this one, we can bring out this way. And we're going to bring this one right up into town. Can do another level crossing there. That's fine, no big deal. What happens if I do this? No, won't work. To me, these roads are pretty much meaningless, but the game wants them to be in. And let's see, how far can I back that up? Perfect. I like it right there. And then we can kind of curve around this mountain. Get right up on the tracks. Nope. Don't do that. I don't mind a little road tunnel there, that's fine. And then we can just connect it right up to there. Not bad. All right. So we should only have... Okay, so it... Dalaran to Drustvar, so we do need to go over here. That'll be easy. We can just come right out here on the outside and do that. Eventually, this will probably get all reworked again once I do cargo. But that's fine. No big deal. Not a big deal at all. And you are connected now, Drustvar to Bree. What's the problem here? Drustvar to Bree. Drustvar to Bree. Got it. Oh yeah, there's nothing there. Oh, it's because it's routing it this way. Got it. Now, over here, we do want to encourage growth on this side of the tracks. So we'll build a little bit of infrastructure over here to help them out. And then for our station, let's add, a smaller building onto there. Get our roads out, and we'll put you to there, you to there, and then we'll get our bigger roads out, and we'll make little grids for them to build on. I like that. Auto save. Take a drink of water. All right. Yep. Want to encourage them to build on this side of the tracks as well. That's very important, because I am definitely going to have to train these towns depending on where I want to put the cargo stations in when we get to that. Okay, that one's done. Now I just need to build our road back in there. And let's grab this. That can go away. Let's start from here. We'll go Curly Whirly Road. And I should be able to connect right up to there, and it would be, and I think it'll be just fine. Yep, then we'll just follow the tracks. That's one thing, if you do have to disconnect your cities to lay in tracks, just when you go to put your roads back in, just follow right alongside the track. Usually works out pretty good that way. And then you don't have your roads in the way anymore. And you're going to have straighter, better routes, because the way that the game naturally generates the roads between towns and industries and everything, it's all kinds of wonky. And we have no more warnings. Let's hop on aboard. Go for a little ride. Let's get a conductor view. Wonder where we're going to go first. We're going to go to Drustvar first. This is just awesome. Oh man, I love steam trains. They're so awesome and cool. What are these views like? Oh, look at that over there. Nice view of the mesa. And then rolling into the center of the into the center of the towns is just fantastic, especially once they get all built up. In, you know, when we start getting into the 20th century, you know, the 50s and 60s, and they start putting in well, the 20s actually. 20s and 30s when they start putting in skyscrapers and everything. Look at this. We got people waiting already. They are already ready to go. And then the whole area is just surrounded. We're full. Oh, look. They're moving right back in. That's perfect. That's just what we want. The only city I'm concerned about is Bree, because I took out pretty much all of the industry. I left, I think, 2 or 3 buildings. Oh, get out of the way. Get out of the way, moose. Oh, got him. Dead moose. Dead moose on the tracks. It's a good thing these old steam trains, they've got that that red thing up in front with the red looking grill type thing. That's a kettle scoop, and it was used specifically to make sure that if there was something on the tracks, which typically were cows or something like that, whatever, any kind of animal, that scoop would push them off the tracks. It might still kill them and injure them and everything, but it wouldn't get the cow or whatever animal it was stuck all inside of the you know, the engine and all that stuff. What a lovely ride. And look, we refilled again. I might have to add more cars. We might need more cars on these trains. This is the first leg doesn't count because they didn't know that the train station was there yet. But we've done 2 now that we filled up. So if we connect up in here into I'll check the stations once we finish riding this. I want to ride into Dalaran and see what we got waiting, and we might just add some more cars onto these trains. Might double it up a little bit. That would be really awesome. Good. I'm glad we're getting some use out of this. So, on my passenger stations, I'd like to do point to point, but I like to do 3 cities. Oh, there's something that just went in right there. Now we got, look at this. We got city on both sides of the track. Oh, there's all kinds of people here waiting. We're going to fill right back up. Outstanding. And they are loving it. We have 38 people waiting there. We have, oh, and they're building on this side. Perfect. Exactly what we wanted. 20 people waiting there. And we have 26 people waiting there. So we are going to go ahead and manage all of these vehicles. We're going to throw another car on. Now we'll be able to hold, instead of 14, we can hold 28. And we might even add more cars on later. Let's see how many people get on. 12. That's okay. That is perfectly okay. Let's see how many people get on this fella. I bet we filled it up. What do you think? Think we're going to fill this one up? Let's up tempo. We'll go at, you know, double speed. Oh yeah, filled it right up. And how many people do we got waiting still? 12. So I think we're running just about where we need to be. There's 17 waiting there, so yep, we are just where we need to be. And now I have to figure out a way to get all of this over here and all of this over there. But that'll be something that we do in another episode. Now, I mentioned putting a train line in here. It's going to be a temporary system. I think it's a good idea that we do this. We need to get rid of all these cars, and then eventually we'll figure something else out that will work a lot better. So a temporary train line bringing crude up and oil back, I think will be a lot better than all of these cars. So let's pause the game. This is crude and oil. We are going to manage vehicles, and I'm going to sell them all. They are all gone. And log you. Goodbye. You do not exist anymore. And we are going to get rid of all of this. All of this road here is going to be gone. And you know what? We'll get rid of this too. We're going to have to start. We're going to have to figure out what the passenger situation is for this one too. We don't have very many going there. But we could put it in. See, Undercity here, the plan is to do the exact same thing we did with Bree. So we'll have one going this way, one going that way. The cargo line will have one going this way, one going that way, and connect both of those. But just for the passengers, we'll do one this way and one this way. And then City 17, and that'll be perfect because then it'll give us Bravos, City 17, and Bree as our 3 cities for this leg. I like that. I like that a lot. But back to the task at hand. Let's get rid of this. We need to get rid of this because it's unnecessary. Matter of fact, that's unnecessary too. Oh, I should have left the road in. That's all right. I can put it right back in. And we'll straighten her out. Just like that. And we need to get rid of autosave. Take a drink. Drinking that water is so good for you. Yep, I know. We destroyed a connection line, which is totally okay. Totally fine. I'm going to put it right back in, I promise. Let's see if that can curve into there. Perfect. Yeah, I like that. And so eventually, I think the cargo line that we're going to run through here is going to be this direction. But for now, just as a temporary measure, just to keep this up and going. Cargo, yep, we'll go ahead and make it the big one. Just in case. And that's connected. Good, I like it. I'm not worried about it connecting to the tool factory because we're not going to be running any tools on this line. And this line ain't going to stay here. No, I can do this. It's going to be temporary. Yeah. And we'll flip this guy around here. And then let's get our tracks in. Since this is, once again, just a temporary situation, I don't need to worry about passing tracks or anything like that, or through tracks. So just a diamond on either end will work out very nice for what we want to do here. I guess I could have curved out this way a little bit more. Let's do that. I wasn't paying attention to what we were doing. We'll go like that for now. But I think this will be a really good solution for moving this oil a lot better. Let me get our... How's that? That's pretty much right on. We'll take it. And then... Yep. And you go right into there. And you go right into there. Eventually, this will all get ripped out once we start getting our cargo network built up. Much more than what it is already. But for now, I think this is going to help a lot. For whatever reason, we're just not... I don't know if it's... I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the ships. And I can't just throw more ships on there because then they'll just queue up. But moving large amounts of oil down to here at one time will definitely help. So let's get signals in. I think 2 trains on this line will be just fine. So with having 2 trains, we might actually... I'm going to put more signals in just in case. There is a good possibility that we run more than we might run 4 trains on this line, so we want room for them. And then let's put in a depot. We'll put it right here for now. And we'll signal that in case we add more trains to this line. And we are going to do you to you, and you are going to be freight city 17 oil, or no, we'll start with crude oil transfer. Nice. And we will put, let's get our Baldwin on cargo. We need tankers. 49. Let's go ahead and buy 4 for now. You guys are going to be orange. Cool. And then let's get 1 on board. We'll go double speed here. Actually, you know what? Crank it up. Full speed ahead. Now, are these guys going to be able to produce the oil fast enough to fill up these trains along with these guys? We already got, look at this, already lined up, ready to go. So it's going to take this a minute to get up and running. We interrupted the supply chain again, which, no big deal, not a problem. It looks like, did this up? It did upgrade. So we are on level 2 now. That's awesome. Okay, let me pause this. And I want to release train 2 on the line. How much you got on board? Hey, he was almost full. That's solid. That is solid. And then, now that we are up and running, we'll go ahead and place the next 2 on there. They will space themselves out just fine. Won't be an issue. Tools, how are you guys doing? No wood waiting. That's all right. I can set these guys to take whatever's there. Matter of fact, what are they set up as right now? Managed line, City 17 port. They're at, okay, they're already at 100%, so that's fine. Whatever's sitting on the dock, they'll take. So they'll go ahead and just fill up on whatever's sitting there. Now, will this keep up with 4 trains? I might have to take a train off. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to take 1 train off of this line because I want these guys going back full. And we got our error there, which is fine. And you know what? Screw it. Level crossing. Not there. Level crossing. And let me back that up a bit. What do we got here? 28. This guy's going to be bringing in a full load. These guys are steady, just pumping it out. He will be very close to a full load. Autosave, quick sip. And he's a full load going back. Outstanding. That's exactly what we want. And then this guy's going to just start filling up with oil. And that'll help this side out so much more. So much more. How much do you got on board? No, you got 21. Not bad. And we got some waiting on the deck. All right, so these guys we can remove. Let's get rid of 5 of those vehicles. Had way too many vehicles on there. And I think they're still set to wait for forever. Yep, you got a full load. This thing was full, so I just kept pumping vehicles onto it. So, to recap, today we got our passenger line in. Let's see how it's doing. Did we improve at all? There's 20 waiting. 48 waiting there. Wow. And 14 waiting here. And our town is rebuilding. Let's see. Remember, we only had 2, maybe 3 industrial buildings left. Let's see what we got now. Oh, industry's coming right back. Coming right back. Very nice. Perfect. Now, how do I get this and this to jump the tracks? I'll have to think about that. Might have to just let this grow. Might just have to let it grow. But once I roll through here with my cargo line, pretty much all of this is going to be gone. I'm going to demolish all of these houses, this road, everything here, so that I can have my cargo station right here. But yeah, that looks fantastic. Let's see. He's nearly full. He's full. About half. And quarter full. So I'm going to let that run. And you know what? I think next time, I don't think we have the demand for it just yet. But if we create it, you know, if you build it, they will come. We do have some people going this way. So yeah, there could be... I'm thinking next episode, we do some more passenger stuff. Especially since City 17 is growing quite nicely. And I might rearrange some of this. I'm going to reset all of this. And I might do that off camera. To get this city prepared for me to roll through with the bulldozer. So that we can put in our passenger line. So in between episodes, I'm going to... Oh, wait a minute. Let's hang out. We're about to go into 1858, and I think the general's going to come on board. Hopefully it comes in on the 1st. Hopefully it comes in on the 1st of the year. But I'm going to get all this redone, get rid of everything, and get this set up for passenger. For a passenger line, and then we can rebuild and reevaluate how this all is going to work to get everything back down to here. 30, 31, new year, and the general is on board. While we're here, let's go ahead and upgrade all of our vehicles to the general. Manage vehicles. And we're going to get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Steam, general, general, general. And guess what else we can do now? Check this out. We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, almost double our capacity. How awesome is that? Nope, 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 nope. You don't go. We gotta get rid of you and you. Let's add the general there, add the general there, and go back to cargo. Oh, I got nappies. Nope, nope. Well, I could put the nappies on there, but I don't want to. I want to go with tanks. The only time I'm going to use... I don't want to use the nappies Universal State Car unless it is a mixed consist. If we're carrying all the same stuff, like in this situation, where we're only carrying crude oil and fuel, I'm going to go with the tanks. It's just more appropriate. I look at the nappies thing as kind of cheating, but it does come in incredibly handy when we have all of our when we have all kinds of nonsense running up and down our lines. Then let's do the same thing to these trains. Manage vehicle. We got 3 of these. And where are you? This one. Ding. 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 Are these all boxcars? No, they're tanks. They look like boxcars. That's kind of weird. You, and then we will go ahead and increase capacity. I think it's 5, right? Yep, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all 3 of those. Modify for nearly $4 million. And this guy's got nothing on board. And now he's gonna be able to carry 84. Now, we might have too many trains on this line now. That is a possibility. Let's see if these ships will keep up with it. But I'll monitor that in between episodes. But for now, we got all that. Ooh, you know what? Let's not forget these fellas. These guys want the general too, don't they? Of course they do. So we're going to get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you, and get rid of you. And we're going to put the general on you, the general on you, the general on you, and the general on you. And you know what? I forgot to repaint these. So they need that done to them. And that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a like, comment on it, subscribe to the channel, and ring that little notification bell up there in the corner. That way you know when I upload. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.